Some of the most beautiful places in the world are not defined by size or by fame. They are shaped quietly over centuries by people who learned how to live with their surroundings rather than against them. Across mountains, valleys, coastlines, and rivers, small villages continue to exist, far from the pace of modern cities, places where daily life follows the rhythm of nature and time feels less urgent. In this journey, we travel across different parts of the world to explore villages that have preserved their character, their traditions, and their connection to the land. This is not a race. There is no destination to reach. Only moments to observe. Nestled between a still lake and steep mountain slopes, there is a village where silence feels intentional. Not empty, but calm. This place is Hallstatt, a small settlement shaped by water, stone, and time. Here, wooden houses rise in soft layers along the mountainside, their rooftops reflecting quietly on the surface of the lake below. In the early morning, mist drifts slowly across the water, blurring the line between mountain and sky. Boats move gently across the lake, leaving behind only ripples that fade within seconds. Life in this village follows a slower rhythm. There is no rush, no urgency, just the steady passage of seasons and a way of living shaped by nature rather than speed. The houses here are built close together, painted in muted tones with wooden balconies often decorated with flowers. From a distance, they appear almost stacked, as if the village itself is carefully balancing on the slope. For centuries, Hallstatt survived in isolation. The surrounding mountains made travel difficult, and the lake was once the only true connection to the outside world. This isolation helped preserve a way of life that still feels untouched by time. The soundscape of the village is subtle. Church bells echo softly through the valley. Water laps against wooden docks. Footsteps fade quickly along narrow paths. Even today, the presence of nature remains constant. Mountains rise sharply behind the village, their peaks changing color with the light of the day. In winter, snow settles quietly on rooftops. In summer, the lake reflects deep shades of green and blue. From the still waters of Europe, our journey now moves east toward a landscape shaped not by lakes, but by snow. In the mountains of central Japan, there is a village built to endure winter. This is Shirakawa-go, a rural settlement where heavy snowfall has shaped both architecture and daily life. The houses here are known as Gásadalur. Their steep triangular roofs are designed to let snow slide away, protecting homes during long winters. These wooden houses are built without nails. Inside, families once lived closely together, sharing space with crops, tools, and silkworm farming. For centuries, life here followed the seasons. Work during warmer months, isolation during winter when snow blocked access to the outside world. Even today, fields surround the homes and mountains rise quietly in every direction. The village feels calm, balanced, and deeply connected to its environment. Shirakawa-go is not preserved as a memory. It continues as a way of life shaped by climate, tradition, and time. From the quiet mountains of Japan, our journey now moves far north to a place where land and sea meet, in dramatic contrast. Here, sharp peaks rise directly from the ocean. Fishing villages sit at the edge of the water, framed by light, wind, and silence. This is Reine, a small village in Norway's Lofoten Islands, known for its striking landscape and deep connection to the sea. Bright red wooden houses, once used by fishermen, stand on stilts above the water. They face narrow inlets where boats move slowly, between mountains and open ocean. Life here has always depended on fishing. For generations, people followed the rhythm of the seasons, the weather, and the changing light of the Arctic sky. In winter, snow settles on rooftops, and the mountains fade into blue shadows. In summer, long daylight stretches across the water, reflecting off calm surfaces like glass. Reine feels exposed, yet peaceful, a place where nature is never distant. From the cold waters of the north, our journey now moves south to a land of warmth, color, and light. Tucked into the Riff Mountains, there is a village where nearly every wall is painted in shades of blue. This is Chefchaouen, a mountain town known not for size or grandeur, but for color, texture, and calm. Narrow streets wind gently uphill, lined with blue houses, arched doorways, and small courtyards. Light reflects softly off the walls, changing tone throughout the day. The color blue has many meanings here: tradition, spirituality, and a sense of peace that seems to slow the pace of life. Small shops open onto quiet lanes. Hand-woven textiles, ceramics, and leather goods add warm contrast to the cool tones of the village. Above the town, the surrounding mountains rise steadily, framing Chefchaouen in layers of stone and sky. This is a place best explored slowly, where beauty reveals itself, step by step, corner by corner. Leaving the blue streets of North Africa, our journey now returns to Europe, to a place shaped by canals, colours, and quiet charm. In eastern France, near the border of Germany, there is a village that feels almost storybook in design. This is Colmar, a town where half-timbered houses line narrow streets and small canals reflect pastel facades, like a painted mirror. Wooden beams frame colourful walls. Flower boxes spill over windows. Bridges cross gently flowing water, connecting one quiet corner to another. The historic centre is compact and easy to walk. Shops open onto cobblestone lanes, while cafes sit beside the canals, inviting people to pause. Colmar carries the influence of both French and German traditions. This blend is visible in its architecture, its layout, and its atmosphere. In the early morning, the village feels especially calm. Water moves slowly. Footsteps echo softly. Light settles gently on painted walls. Colmar is not dramatic. It is delicate, a place where beauty lives. In detail, balance, and colour. From painted houses and quiet canals, our journey continues north to a place where roads disappear entirely. In the Netherlands, there is a village where water replaces streets and movement slows naturally. This is Giethoorn, a small settlement built around canals connected by narrow bridges and tree-lined paths. Here, homes sit beside the water, their thatched roofs reflected. On calm surfaces below, boats glide silently, often powered by electric motors, leaving almost no sound behind. Gardens spill gently towards the canals. Wooden bridges arch softly overhead. Every turn feels unhurried, as if time moves differently here. Daily life follows the rhythm of water. People travel by boat. Visitors walk along paths that curve through greenery and reeds. Giethoorn feels open, peaceful, and intentionally quiet. A village designed not for speed, but for balance. From quiet canals and wooden bridges, our journey now moves south to a land shaped by stone, sunlight, and tradition. In southern Italy, there is a village unlike any other, defined by hundreds of small, white stone houses. This is Alberobello, a town famous for its truly cone-shaped homes built from limestone without mortar. These unique roofs rise gently above narrow streets marked with symbols and patterns, some passed down through generations. The village feels compact and intimate. White walls reflect the southern sun, while curved stone paths connect quiet corners and small squares. Life here has long been shaped by craftsmanship and simplicity. Stone by stone, homes were built to stay cool in summer and warm during cooler months. Today, Alberobello feels bright, orderly, and welcoming, a place where architecture itself becomes the landscape. From sunlit stone villages, our journey now moves farther north to a place shaped by wind, water, and isolation. On a remote island in the North Atlantic, there is a village that feels almost unreal. This is Gásadalur, a small settlement surrounded by steep cliffs, open ocean, and rolling green hills. For much of its history, this village was cut off from the outside world. There were no roads, only narrow mountain paths and the sound of the sea below. The houses here sit quietly on open grassland, painted in soft tones with the landscape stretching endlessly around them. Nearby, a waterfall drops directly into the ocean, carried by wind before it ever reaches the sea. It moves constantly, changing shape with the weather. Clouds drift low across the cliffs. Light shifts quickly. Silence feels wide and uninterrupted. Gásadalur is not decorative. Its beauty comes from space, movement, and the feeling of standing at the edge of the world. From remote mountain settlements, our journey now moves west to a place shaped by towering peaks, clear air, and open space. In the heart of the Canadian Rockies, there is a small mountain town, surrounded by forests, lakes, and snow-covered summits. This is Banff, a place where nature feels close, present, and impossible to ignore. Wooden buildings line quiet streets, designed to reflect alpine traditions. Beyond them, mountains rise sharply, framing the town in every direction. Wildlife moves freely here. Elk wander near roads, rivers flow cold and clear. The landscape changes constantly with the seasons. In winter, snow settles heavily on rooftops, and forests grow silent. In summer, light fills the valleys, and trails open into wide views. Banff feels balanced between settlement and wilderness, a place where human life exists carefully, within nature, not above it. From vast mountain landscapes, our journey now moves south toward warmer light, open horizons, and the sea. High above the Aegean, there is a village built along the edge of a cliff where land ends and water begins. This is Oya, a coastal village defined by whitewashed houses, curved walls, and soft blue details that reflect the colors of the sky and sea. Homes cascade down the cliffside, connected by narrow paths and stone steps that follow the natural shape of the land. Light plays a central role here. In the morning, walls glow gently under the sun. As evening approaches, the village slowly shifts into warm tones of gold and amber. Life moves calmly in Oya. People pause along terraces. Boats drift far below. The sea stretches endlessly towards the horizon. This village does not rush. It invites stillness, a place where the day ends softly and beauty feels effortless. As our journey comes to a close, these villages remind us that beauty exists in many forms. In stone and water, in color and silence, in places where life continues quietly at its own pace. If journeys like this speak to you, there are still many places left to explore. Stories shaped by land, light, and quiet moments. Until the next journey, travel slowly.